What's going on, Savage? It's boy John Carnage here, and today I'm going to be giving you guys a highly requested thing on my last video, which was the Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Zombies offline USB modding tutorial, the GPD modding. Which this was a highly requested thing, which is how to do it online. So this is going to be another Xbox 360 USB modding tutorial. This one is obviously, as I just said, how to use Call of Duty Black Ops 1 zombie mods online. This actually did take me fairly a little bit to figure out because I did have some issues and I sort of ended up resolving them myself, and somebody, one of my subscribers, Unavenged, or yeah, I think that's your name. Go ahead and help me out a little bit and give me a thing. But I think my main problem was something personal that I was done goofing on, which I will point out during the video. But the things you were going to need are another controller. In this case, I'm just going to be using another wired controller, which is this one. You guys can go ahead and use a wireless one. It doesn't really matter as long as you have another controller that works. I'm going to go ahead and have this folder, which I will have a download link to in the description. Or it's just this with BO1 GPDs. It'll say that, but these aren't actually GPDs. Once you double click it, you will have a all of Clanad is back. You'll just have this. And you will be able to have 3 of these. You can go ahead and pick which ones you want to use. In this case, I'm going to be using Moon because I've always used Moon, and it's whatever. All these are the same thing. It's just the actual accounts are different. The save game is the exact same thing for every single one. So you're going to want to go ahead and open one of them. In this case, I'm going to be using Moon. Copy the actual account to your desktop, which I've done. It's just these numbers as the account. It's the one that says File. I'm going to go ahead and copy it to your desktop. Same thing with the save game. I've already done it with both of them, so I don't need to do that. Just copying it to your desktop will make it all easier. You can copy any of the save games, because all the save games are the exact same thing, or any of the accounts if you want. In this case, I'm just going to be using Moon. I've said that a lot of times now. But you're also going to want to go ahead and plug your USB with your account and all your Black Ops 1 stuff. I don't know if you need your Black Ops 1 stuff on there, but just recommend it. And all your Black Ops 1 stuff, all that shit on the USB, plug it in your computer, whatever, you guys get the gist. Go ahead and open up the File Explorer, or just go ahead and open up your USB in Horizon. A safe download link to Horizon will be in the description, along with the original thread, the original website by the Tech Game. With the mod controls, actually, because I honestly don't even like these mods. Well, there's a ton of mods, obviously, but I just don't like the way they work, how you put them all together, or how you actually use the controls. I don't really like them. I'd rather just use the just simple mods, like a GPD, like mine or something, but you can't actually do that, because you're going to have to do this differently. I will probably figure out actually how to code this and come out with my own, but it's whatever. Besides the point, original thread, the original thread will be in a link in the description, but you can't actually watch the zombies video, because the video was actually taken down, so you can't actually watch the original video on how to do it. But, enough rambling on. Go ahead and open up your USB, go to Gamer Profiles, copy your gamer profile to the middle here, but I'm just going to put it to the right. Go ahead and copy the other profile that you're going to be using. As I said, I'm using Moon in this case. You can see. Go ahead and copy your device ID and your console ID. By the way, if you guys see this on my hand, this is simply a birthmark. It's not like any freaking cancer shit or anything. Control V. Go ahead and copy your device ID and your console ID to the modded, or the other account. I think, see, I've already done that. That's why it doesn't look that much different now, because I've already done it. But make sure you copy yours, your device, and your console ID to the other account's device and console ID. You can't actually change profile IDs. You just can't change them. Or maybe you can. No, you just can't at all. Because I know you can't copy and paste it, but you can't do it at all. Now, here's a part where it's optional. Well, thanks, Cat. The cat's a savage. Go ahead and save, rehash, and resign. And once you saved and rehashed and resign, this part's optional. You can either do it now or later, but I recommend doing it now. Just go ahead and save to device and save it. You're just gonna click save, and then it's gonna say okay. But I've already done this, so it's gonna ask me if I want to overwrite it. So in this case, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it for video purposes. which you can either go ahead and save this now or just inject it at the end. But once you went ahead and saved it and transferred it to your once you went ahead and saved the account with your device and console ID and saved it to your USB on your USB. Alright, I'm stuttering a lot, just whatever. Done that, you guys can go ahead and transfer one of the save games. All the save games are the same thing, so transfer one of the save games from the folder, whichever one you want. They're all the same. I fucking can't talk right now. Not cutting the video though, it's whatever. Once you pulled that up into the alright, hang with me guys, I am talking way too fast. Once you pulled one of those save games into freaking Horizon with your account here, go ahead and copy your profile ID, which I'm doing this with one hand, so I'm doing this really slow. Go ahead and copy your profile ID, your device ID, and your console ID to the game save. I'm trying to do this one hand. Well, once you've done all that to the game save, you guys can go ahead and save rehash. Fucking hell, you can you can go ahead and save rehash and resign and save to device, or you guys can go ahead and it should ask you to overwrite it. Go ahead and overwrite it. Go ahead and transfer these at the very end and inject them manually, but I just went ahead and click save to device. I hope you guys are understanding what I'm saying in this video, because I'm sure not. Yeah, so basically, do what I said, and just make sure you transfer them both to the USB in whatever way you want, as long as you made sure they're both transferred to the USB. Did I save that? No, I didn't. Alright. So, once you went ahead and saved all the things to the USB, like I said, go ahead and plug your USB back into your Xbox, and go ahead and start up Call of Duty Black Ops. And apologies on me not being able to talk straight in this video. I actually tried recording this a minute ago, and I completely done goofed, and I accidentally, like, did them wrong while recording the video. I accidentally transferred the other account's IDs to mine, and then I accidentally saved it, so I had to, like, go and reset all the shit. So, once you go ahead and start up Black Ops, we want to go ahead and make sure you're signed into your account, and if you are, make sure you have selected your save device as your USB. Once you have done that, you're going to go ahead and click campaign, and it should say resume game. If it doesn't say resume game, go ahead and unplug the USB, plug it back into your computer, and re-inject or re-transfer the save game that you have with your IDs back into the USB. And if that doesn't work, go ahead and just reset all the steps that I have went ahead and told you guys to do throughout this video. Wait for the cutscene to finish. Once the game has went ahead and started up, just walk forward on your controller, click the Xbox, or the main hub button, or the Xbox button on your second controller, click X, or manually go down and click sign in. And once you have done that, you're going to want to go ahead and click on whatever one of the accounts you used to actually mod this. In this case, the FuckBeOne and Clanad is back, or the other ones you could use. In this case, I'm using Moon, so go ahead and sign into Moon on your alternate account, or on your other controller. Once it starts up, it's going to ask you to pick avatar. Just go ahead and click the middle button, or the Xbox button, hub button, whatever, again, and it should exit out of it. Go ahead and click A, or resume game, on your controller. Click the back button, and you should have an FPS counter in the top right. In mods, you don't really need, you can screw around with the mods if you want. Campaign mods are kind of boring, because once you actually do it, things, it turns them off on campaign. But from there, go ahead and click the middle button, and click the middle button once, or just click it twice, so it will actually pull up the pause menu. And that's basically it, because if you click start in campaign, then it'll actually activate a mod, and you want to actually exit. So click middle button, click it again, click save and quit, again click save and quit, so you completely exit. Wait for this whole cutscene to finish, click middle button on your alternate controller and sign out. Once you have done that, you should still have the FPS counter in the top right, or the mods are still on. Go ahead and go to Zombies and Solo. Obviously, I'm using my controller, because you can't really use a second controller to actually continue that type of thing. And wait for the Solo Zombies game to start up. Once the game has went ahead and started up, you should still have the FPS counter. Click the back button, hit the middle button again. Go ahead and quit, and I done goofed there, and quit, and then you're gonna have to completely wait for this whole scene here to finish, because that's what I did like 100 times. That's why I had issues with this, which was like a personal stupid thing I was doing. Make sure you completely wait for this whole thing to finish, and even give it a second to just sit here, and then plug or unplug your USB. Now, from here, you're going to want to make sure a couple things. Make sure this controller is signed out, and make sure you waited for that whole cutscene to actually exit out once you quit the solo game, because if not, your Black Ops 1 will actually go to dashboard, and then you're going to have to start it back up once you get finished with the next step with your USB in your computer. And it won't work. You're going to have to make sure BO1 stays up when you unplug your USB for the second time, or once you're like this far in the tutorial. So, I can go ahead and freaking put the USB in my computer. Once you go ahead and plug the USB back into your computer for the second time, which is now in the steps, you're going to want to go ahead and re-inject the profile with your IDs on it, your device and console ID. Re-inject the profile back onto your USB, which in this case I'm using Moon. So I'm going to wait for the USB to load up. Come on. Come on. Gonna load up. This is great. Alright, once you went ahead and plugged your USB back into your computer or your laptop, whatever, again, as I said, go ahead and re-inject the profile you were using. So now it should say, are you sure you want to overwrite? If this was your first time ever doing it, it wouldn't have said, are you sure you want to overwrite earlier? But now you're going to want to overwrite it, so you're going to want to re-inject it, so you can, like, redo the mods and stuff on the account. So it go ahead and reinstalls the mods. So once you went ahead and plugged the USB back into your control, back into your Xbox, after you re-injected the other modded account, you're going to want to go ahead and go down to Zombies, Xbox Live, and here is a couple things that will actually make this easier. If you are host when you're doing this, it will actually make it a lot easier. I actually did it earlier when I wasn't host, and it actually, the mods worked for a second, but then it turned them off. I'm not sure why, and the game crashed. But, so I guess it's better if you have host. I guess you basically have to have host. If you guys don't know how to get host in a public match, just look for matches, and if you get into a game with other people, basically just leave and keep doing that until you get into a game by yourself. Or it's also good if you get into a game with maybe one other person and they leave, and then you're in a lobby alone, and then you'll become host. Basically, if you get in a game alone, it instantly makes you host, etc. I'm sure you guys get the point. And I guess when I get into a game when I'm host, I will show you guys the next step. Again, yeah, there's a game. But again, the mod controls are over here if you guys do ever need help with how the mods work, because I definitely do know that. And it does work on 5 as well, if you guys are wondering that. Something I just realized while looking at the mods over here. There isn't actually a forced host mod on here that I can see. Well, that's pretty stupid. They didn't add the forced host mod, and like the mods only work when you're host, so you could like force host, and then, well, actually no, then the mods don't even work to be able to force host, so never mind, I'm stupid. Go ahead and leave a like and possibly a comment on what you guys think about this video, and if you guys have any issues at all, or you need any help to actually do these mods, go ahead and leave a comment, of course, in the description, as I just said, comment in the description. And I don't know if I'm getting any reactions. Shout out to all these people in the game right now. I don't know any of these niggas, but you can't actually see the people in the game. But TNWC, yeah, I did something wrong. I accidentally froze myself. Shout out to Packer Pride, TNW Eclipse, and Hulkman. Shout out to these people. There you go. Shout out to all these niggas in the game. I'll go ahead and send you guys a message after the game, showing you guys the mods. It's like, I don't know what the freaking freeze thing is, isn't it? I thought it was like double. It's back. But then when you click. Alright, yeah, I know how to freeze people. So, if you guys enjoyed, yeah, do what I said. Shout out to all these niggas in the game. If you need any help, comment down below. And that's about it for this video. And I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.